وقل رب زدني علما.
As a Muslim, why I believe in Islam? Okay. Why I believe in Islam? Because, to be honest, when you look to the teaching of Islam, first of all, it goes in line with the sound intellect. Sound intellect, yeah? And the natural inclination. Sorry? Natural inclination. You know, instinct they have. Likewise, Islam is not just pure faith, meaning no blind faith. Rather, there's a tangible evidences. Yeah?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Also, I have approved why Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet. And for example, Chris, let me ask you this question: who knows the future in details?
Who knows the future?
In details, yeah.
God.
Okay, yeah, of course, no doubt about that. Because God is all-knowing, yeah. So now when we have a man that lived 1400 years ago, Prophet Muhammad prophesies the things that will take place in the future. For instance, Prophet Muhammad prophesies there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. When the Prophet Muhammad mentioned that the Arabs were not known to build tall buildings. It's a cavalier.
He mentioned something about Arabs building.
Many prophecies. He prophesies many things. Now, when I read it 1400 years ago. This man said it. Now it's taking place in front of my eyes. What is that? Is that tangible evidences, not just a faith?
Then how do you know Muhammad said that?
That's a good point. That's a good question. Now, in Islam we have something called al-isnad, which is a chain of narration. Before we take any narration from Prophet Muhammad or goes back to Prophet Muhammad, there is a criteria, and that is in a chain of narration something called al-ruwat, which is the narrators. And every narrator, we have his biography, and we know if he's trustworthy, truthful person. And that is not enough. Trustworthy, truthful is not enough. Rather, we have to have a clear proof that this narrator met the other narrator, and the same criteria for this narrator. So all the narrators has to be trustworthy, truthful, honest, and they met each other, and it goes back to Prophet Muhammad. If one of the narrators is known to lie, we don't accept that narration goes back to Prophet Muhammad. Because what we have to understand, Chris, back in the days there was no camera, like in our time. There was no recording. So the scholars, there was a books also. So we have to have a criteria to accept that which came from Prophet Muhammad, and that is which called ilm al-jarh wa ta'dil, the knowledge of praising and criticizing. If the narrators are not to be trustworthy, truthful people, honest, goes back to Prophet Muhammad, then we take it.
So,
does it make sense to you so far?
So how do you know? Somebody said
no, but before
the Arabs were going to build tall buildings.
Because we have
who said that first?
Bukhari. We have Bukhari. Abdullah ibn Ismail al-Bukhari.
When was Bukhari?
Bukhari, it was around maybe between 1st century and 2nd century. Yes, between 1st century and 2nd century, yeah. Meaning, between him and Prophet Muhammad sometimes 3 men. Meaning the tabi'in, atba' tabi'in,
100 years after.
No, before. No, yeah.
100 years before. 100 years
yeah, you have to say something, yeah. So now, Bukhari was established.
Where was Bukhari?
Yeah,
Where was Bukhari?
Bukhari was born in Bukhara, which is Persian now. But he traveled to Baghdad, he traveled to Mecca, traveled to Medina, where the Prophet Muhammad. Listen.
He didn't meet Muhammad.
No, but listen, no, because he came after. So, Prophet Muhammad he went to a place where Prophet was born, and when the people talk his tradition. So Bukhari, he will narrate, for example, Bukhari.
Where was Muhammad born in?
No, in Medina. Mecca, no, Mecca. He traveled to Medina. But before, can I finish the point? No, but
your information.
I haven't finished. No, I haven't finished.
You talked a long time already.
No, really, because when I answer, you jump to different. No, it's not. Now,
Sounds very complicated.
have you ever, your father told you something about his father? Okay. Your father told you something about his father. Okay. And now, if I take something from you, which your father said, and he said about his father, there's a problem with that. There's a problem. But Islam, there is a problem. You know, is that? Doesn't mean because your father said something to you, we have to accept it. We have to put criteria. Are you known to be trustworthy, truthful person, honest person? Likewise, we put the same criteria for your father. So having oral transmission is not a problem, as long there's a criteria to differentiate between who is the trustworthy narrator, who is not. So what I'm saying, example of that, Bukhari narrating from, example, yeah, Bukhari narrated from Imam Ahmed. Imam Ahmed narrated from Imam Shafi'i. Imam Shafi'i narrated from Imam Malik. Imam Malik narrating from Nafi'. Nafi' from Abdullah ibn Umar. Abdullah ibn Umar from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We know Bukhari. We know Imam Ahmed. We know Shafi'i. We know Nafi'. We know Abdullah ibn Umar. Abdullah ibn Umar, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam companion. All of them are trustworthy. All of them are honest people. All of them, because that's a good point. We have their biographies. We have Imam Muslim scholars like Abu Hatim. Muslim scholars wrote it.
So you need to do a lot of research before you know.
That's good.
Something like this.
That's good. You see, that shows you Muslims are not biased.
Well,
because if you are biased, we accept anything that goes of Prophet Muhammad. You see, that show us doesn't mean because
Arabs are going to build tall buildings.
Yeah, Prophet mentioned that.
Yeah. You've done a lot of research to establish somebody said that.
Prophet said that. Yeah. Prophet Muhammad said that. Yeah. So now you just told me.
According to Bukhari, Muhammad said that.
Yeah, Bukhari Prophet said that. Yeah. Okay.
That's why you are a Muslim.
No, because of that.
That was the question.
Yeah, I can see you that you're not really getting. Okay. Well, I'm saying to you, look.
You make it very complicated.
Okay, now I'm saying to you, no.
So complicated.
You are Christian, by the way.
Sometimes life is complicated.
Yeah. Are you Christian?
Physics is complicated.
No, are you Christian?
Real.
Okay. How do you know Jesus? What he said in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. How do you know Jesus said that? I want to be consistent. That's what I was talking earlier on. I said I have not met a Christian who's consistent. Be the first person.
I asked him. I said to him.
Yeah, well, right.
No chance.
No, I'm saying. What I said. Forget. Wait a second.
I asked him. I said a lot of Muslims can't explain why they are Muslim.
I can't explain to you. Prophet Muhammad knows the future, the Quran, biggest miracle. It's true, yeah, no doubt.
It's true. The evidence is
We have a tangible proof, okay? But before we go to that, because
You're explaining why you are a Muslim.
Because
that Muhammad had
prophesied. No, not just that.
That's one point.
No, but wait.
That's probably more than
If you don't let me finish. But when you finish, let me speak.
So you're explaining why you are a Muslim. So that's one point.
No, it's not just one point. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu not prophesied one, prophesied many things, which is taking place right now. And I asked you before, I said, who knows the future? You said, it's God. So now if we have a man that lived 1400 years ago, prophesizing the things that taking place right now, what does it indicate? If we have a man that prophesies, forget about how do we know he said it or not. For the sake of argument, we're saying it.
If there is things like prophecy, there's lots of people that prophesy things that tend to happen, like Nostradamus. That doesn't mean I care about what he said very much.
But in your book he says,
So you see, so
no, not like that. No. Fortune teller can prophesy.
So I'm saying people can prophesy, or there are people who prophesy, and it doesn't mean you have to follow their religion.
And you say that.
So there is one point, but still it doesn't explain why you are a Muslim.
I'll say that.
So why are you a Muslim?
If you allow me to know, okay? Now we have what? This prophecy, okay? Likewise, we have the Quran, the biggest miracle, okay? I'll tell you why it's the biggest miracle. The Quran, what the Quran contains in it. Okay, now...
This must be the bigger miracle.
No. Are you really sincere? Because I thought you were sincere,
Can
so
you
that...
explain the biggest miracle?
I'll tell you why. Because the miracles that took place by Jesus or Moses, we cannot prove it anymore. It's not with us anymore. Moses split the sea, we cannot really see it. Jesus brought dead people to life, we cannot really see it anymore. It's been mentioned. But the Quran, Allah challenged. Look, a liar who is a liar, he will never challenge people. Because if he's a liar, he knows what he came with from himself. And he knows the humans can bring it wrong. But if I know what I have with me is from God, therefore I know no one can bring something like it. So Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he challenged the Arabs and other than them who are saying the Quran is not from God to bring...
Yeah, that's right, but you say the biggest miracle. Can you explain what do you mean?
I'll tell you why the biggest miracle. Because we can prove it all the time.
Do you compare the Quran is bigger than the universe?
What are you talking about?
I think the universe
is the universe a miracle?
It's the biggest miracle.
No, this is talking about the creation. No, it makes sense.
Creation is the biggest miracle.
Okay. So
Obviously.
is the universe?
What do you read the biggest miracle?
This biggest miracle that when Allah challenged the miracles that was given to the prophets. Okay, I'm not comparing because I'm not comparing what Allah gave to Prophet Muhammad to the universe. Okay, I'm comparing the miracles that Allah gave to Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jacob. The Prophet's miracle, the Quran, is bigger than any miracle. Why? Because this miracle we still have it. As for Jesus' miracle, happened in the past. We believe in it, no doubt. But you cannot. You cannot. I thought you were sincere. That's why. That's
Because it's
sincere.
really old, it's a miracle.
Huh?
Because it's really old, it's a miracle.
I didn't say because, if you are listening, are you sincere listening?
What are you actually saying? I'm asking you to say.
What do you say? What do you say?
Why do you mean it's a miracle?
Yeah, I told you what. Miracle mean, okay.
Because it's not changed.
No, no, because of that.
Chinese wallets is still
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well, explain that.
No. You have to tell me sorry for putting words in your mouth. You have to say that. Because you said, because I have not changed. I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking you to explain.
No, sorry, wait. No, wait. You have to apologize to me for putting words in my mouth. You said, because it's a miracle, because it has not changed. I did not say that. So where did you get that from? I didn't say that.
Well, I don't understand why you say it's the biggest
I just told you because the Quran the biggest miracle. Why? Because this miracle we still have it, we still prove it, and no one can bring something like it. If this Quran from human being, therefore people can bring something like it. Why the challenge is still?
Oh, nobody can bring something like the
The
Quran.
Quran is in its eloquency, the way it's been put, in its prophecy, in its stories which Prophet Muhammad never knew, and he mentioned it. Like Prophet Muhammad, he didn't know how to read and write, but he knew the story that took place in the past. How do you know that? Yeah, he couldn't read and write. Yeah. Allah mentioned the Quran.
In the 6th century,
What does that mean?
a lot of people could read and write.
A lot of people can read and write. Where Prophet Muhammad was from?
People in Italy,
Where Prophet Muhammad was from?
from there, from the Middle East.
There's no something called Middle East. This is a new term. There's no something called Middle East. It's a new term. Who is he from?
You know what I mean? Yeah?
No, I don't know what you mean, to be honest.
What we call now the Middle East.
I know Middle East. People would call Palestine Middle East.
Western Arabia.
Yeah. Who is Prophet from?
Maybe from Palestine.
He's from Mecca. He's not from Palestine.
From Mecca.
He's from Mecca. We're going to debate about how he's from Mecca. Okay. Because historically speaking, that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, from the Muslim sources and the non-Muslim sources, that Prophet ﷺ was from Mecca. He was born in Mecca, and I don't need that because the Quran mentioned that, the Hadith mentioned that,
It's in the Quran.
and the Hadith. Because the narrators who narrate this to us, they are trustworthy, truthful, honest person. Now, I want to be right. Let me finish.
Believe the Quran. Because the Quran says he must believe it.
Not because of that. Because I've been studying the Quran, and I see the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ read the Quran, challenging the people, and I see the stories in the Quran which are men that couldn't read and write in the place were isolated. How he knew these things took place in the past, which no one taught him except from God. That's what Allah said in the Quran in Surah Al-Qasas. Allah said in the Quran Surah Al-Qasas. Allah said in the Quran Surah Al-Qasas, the meaning of the verse, that O Muhammad, you know about the stories of Moses and other stories and other verses, yeah? However, we revealed to you because the stories that took place in the past is from the unseen. So how?
Muhammad didn't live in the middle of nowhere. Lots of people could read and write in those days. He didn't.
No,
live in
prove
the
that, prove that.
people-
How do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yeah.
Because there's lots of books from that day.
Which book? Name me which book?
There are books.
Wait, Which one? No, wait.
In the desert.
I want to be the name one book was written by the Arab pagans.
In the desert.
In the desert. By the Meccans.
Okay. I don't know anything from the Arabs.
So what are you talking about? Prophet Muhammad, he was not Chinese, he was Arab. He was Arab.
No, but he
What are you talking about? Are you here to debate or you have to listen?
He didn't live inside.
Wallahi, ikhwa, no what? Are you? No. I'm
making
saying.
sense.
No. I'm making sense. But you know what? You came already with the agenda that whatever you're gonna explain, I'm gonna reject.
sense.
Okay. Forget all of this.
I'm questioning.
Okay.
I'm questioning why you believe that Muhammad.
Because he prophesied, he brought a miracle of the Quran. But listen, no,
Like he communicated.
let me summarize it. Let me summarize it.
Muhammad went to Syria.
Muhammad, how old was he when he went to Syria?
Did he go to?
No,
I
how
don't know
old?
if he went
He went to Europe. You know, he went to Europe.
So he did communicate.
Excuse me, Wallahi, I have respect. You are humiliating yourself for the camera. Prophet never went to Africa for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
I don't know. I'm asking you. Did he go to Africa?
He didn't go. Okay, when he
There
went.
was communication between.
Okay, so I came to
you would have
Europe.
heard stories.
What stories? He was 12.
Huh?
He was 12.
So it's not like he was living in the middle of nowhere.
No.
He didn't live in Siberia. He lived it was connected. He knew things. He could read. He could. People around him could probably read and write.
So when they exposed him, that he took from them. Prophet Muhammad
How many
was
enemies were there?
challenging the Arabs that what I have with me is from God. If he took it from...
Tell me, he was totally ignorant. But it was illiterate.
No,
he couldn't find any
someone couldn't
information.
listen carefully.
Obviously, that's not correct.
I didn't say he was ignorant. Someone could not read and write. Does not mean he's not smart.
Yeah.
He could be a wise man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, okay, let me deal with him, please.
Richard
This
Branson.
man can explain it. Anyway, let me just come. What I'm saying, the stories which Allah mentioned in the Quran, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ cannot know it. Okay? Doesn't know it. Prophet doesn't know it. Yeah? How Prophet knew these stories? Which he was in the area, Mecca was isolated. Excuse me, no, don't do that. But he believes that you don't believe the same thing as him. So let me do it. Callum, you cannot help him. If you want to be victim, you can't fool him.
That's what I'm saying. That is hypocrisy there.
Why you are Muslim and why you
How is he going to
why
help
you
him?
think the Quran is reliable?
He's asking you the questions. That's not your questions.
No.
That's his questions.
That's his question.
He's telling you what to
He
ask.
started with the question.
Because I tell you why, you know why? Because the rabbis in Medina, they never came and discredit what the Prophet Muhammad said about his prophets. There is no stories when the rabbis came, he said, oh Muhammad, what you said about Moses is not true.
The rabbis,
No, listen.
Explain where this comes from. The
You know rabbis?
in Medina.
You know rabbis?
Yeah, I know.
You know
He wasn't Jewish.
they asked me many questions after he went off.
He's pretending he doesn't understand.
Anyway, let's finish. Why you trust Bible? No. Why you trust Bible?
Why are you Muslim?
No.
Why are you a Christian?
No. Akhi, wallahi. I'm Muslim because I feel like it. Yeah, why are you Christian?
No, but that's a good point.
It's a
You're
good point.
Muslim.
You explain to him, doesn't listen. You explain to him, Prophet prophesies, the Quran is a miracle, the stories in the Quran, the prophets in the Quran, Allah challenged to bring something like the Quran. The challenge is still on for the Arabs, the non-Arabs, the Christians, they do anything to disprove Prophet Muhammad's true prophet. However, Prophet Muhammad gave them criteria, and that is bring something like the book that we are bringing. Yet, they left it and just focused on he got married to Aisha. If you are truthful, then bring something like it. Likewise, what we know, human have contradictions. Calm down. Don't worry. What I don't like, people pretending like people that, I don't like people like snakes. That's what I don't like. I don't like people act like snakes. Because after you're sincere, man, every time I answer, when you know I'm getting the points, you with him. But come on.
The point is, you become a Muslim because you feel like it.
No, it's not because of that. Because it makes sense. No. I just answered that because I explained to you. You're not listening. It makes sense. The Quran is a miracle, clear miracle. Doesn't have contradictions. And likewise, as the prophecies, it's been challenged. Allah challenged everyone to bring something like it. They cannot bring it. Likewise, go with sound intellect and natural inclination. Likewise, Allah, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, been mentioned in the old scriptures. How the Prophet Muhammad,
Like which one?
Isaiah 42. Yeah, do you know what he says? No. First of all,
Tell me.
if I show you, do you accept the Prophet Muhammad, true prophet? No. Just to put him in charge.
You say it makes sense.
No. Before.
miracle.
Before. If I show you Prophet Muhammad the Old Testament, would you accept as a prophet?
No, I would be surprised to see it.
No, would you accept?
Just show me. I'd be surprised to see it.
Okay, Isaiah 42. He says, the servant coming to glorify the Lord. You can get the Bible. So let us summarize this people by the time. Why, as a Muslim, first of all, Islam goes in line with the sound intellect, natural inclination. Likewise, the Quran is a great miracle. Allah challenged people to bring something like it. And likewise, Allah challenged to bring any contradictions. Because from the human nature, they contradict themselves. Yet, there's no contradictions in the Quran. People misunderstand the Quran. Again, no one can bring something like the Quran. So if Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he made the Quran or he forged it, then you are human like him. You can bring something like it. But why you are avoiding that challenge, going around it? He's giving you criteria. He's giving you a challenge. Likewise, the Quran, the stories that he mentions. Likewise, the prophecies that has been mentioned. Likewise, the prophets before him prophesizing about him. That clear cut, this man is a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's biography. Likewise, Allah aided in him. Aided in Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Yeah. You have it? Isaiah 42. Okay, let us read this.
And this is in your Bible. So do not say that you are.
Behold, my servant whom I uphold, my chosen, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the nations. That is problem with the Christians all the time. They change everything. Because in the King James, he said Gentiles. The Gentiles, the non-Jews. Correct? Is that correct? No, is that correct?
Okay,
Is that correct? The Gentiles are the non-Jews.
Gentiles, I suppose, yeah.
Non-Jews. So in the King James said the Gentiles. Because if you mention the nations, that include the Jews. You see, again, playing around, which Allah mentioned.
Anyway, I'm one of the nations, yeah? I'm not Jewish.
He will not cry aloud or lift up his voice. Yeah? Make it heard in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break. And faintly burning wick he will not quench. He will faithfully bring forth justice. He will not grow faint or be discouraged till he has established justice in the earth, and the coastlands wait for his law. That says God, the Lord, who created the heavens and stretched them out, who spread out the earth and what comes from it, who gives a breath to the people on it, and a breath on the people to the people on it, and a spirit to those who walk in it. I'm the Lord. I have called you in righteousness. I will take you by the hand and keep you. I will give you as a covenant for the people, a light for the nations, to open the eyes that are blind, to bring out the prisoners from the dungeon. From the prison, those who sit in darkness. I am the Lord, that is my name. My glory given to no other, nor my praise to crave idols. Behold, the former things have come to pass, and the new things I know declare. The new things, I know declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing to the Lord a new song. He praise from the end of the earth. You who go down to the sea and all that fills it, the coastlands and the inhabitants. Let the desert and its cities lift up their voice. The village that Kedah inhabits, let the inhabitants of Sila sing for joy. What's Kedah?
Kedah is probably near Arabia or in Arabia.
Go Genesis 25:13. Can you go Genesis 25:13?